What's up, fellow humans? Stranger Things for Volume 2 is out now, and I was thinking this would give a good opportunity for me to talk about one of my favorite shows, Strange Occurrences. Now, of course, Stranger Things is one of the best shows ever, and while Netflix is in a career low currently, struggling as its stock prices plummet and viewership plummets, a saving grace has emerged, Stranger Things. And so I was thinking this would be a good opportunity for me to talk about all 4 seasons now. So season 1 starts out in a little town called Hawkins, Indiana. There are 4 friends. And then there is this lab where Dr. Brenner is making monsters and stuff. Dr. Brenner and Hawkins Lab is actually based on a real thing, which I think is awesome. It's called Project MCAT. It was a terrible occurrence, but the U.S. government really did do it. They did take children away from their mothers and try and make them into, superhumans and experimented on them during the Cold War. Dr. Brenner has this one that we know as 11. She has a tattoo on her wrist that says 011. And then 11 escapes from the lab because she's pretty much been tortured. Well, she escapes and finds Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and Will, and they become buddies. But some spooky things are happening because Steve and Nancy are doing stuff. And when Steve and Nancy are doing these things, her friend Barb gets eaten by a Demogorgon, essentially putting the entire storyline into plot. Now, the Demogorgon is a monster from the Upside Down. And the Upside Down is a spooky place. You don't want to be there. It's like our world, except upside down. And instead of people, there's monsters. So, in the Upside Down, 11 has opened a rift too. As the season progresses, there is a lot of intricate storylines, and this is my favorite season by far. Everything from the, I hate this, aesthetic to the way it's filmed to the scrappiness and pure greatness of the series. This kicks the whole series into action, and this is the greatest, probably one of the greatest seasons of television history. The season climaxes with a great battle between 11 and the Demogorgon. 11 wins, but then vanishes. Okay, season 2 is kind of the same thing. 11 is now a bad girl, and she's getting her whole emo phase going. And she meets other of Dr. Brenner's pets. And personally, I think the storyline's kind of mid, but we get introduced to 2 of my favorite characters. Not really. Max and Billy. Billy is basically taking Steve's role as King Cool, and Max is the new edgy skateboard girl with a dark backstory. I really hate Max. She's like one of my least favorite characters ever. She's super unlikable, and she's a redhead, so she's got nothing going for her. For some reason, Dustin and Lucas fall smitten with her. I don't understand it. And this season is, again, a battle. The Demodogs are introduced. I guess it was a cool idea. I just would have rather they just had another Demogorgon or more of them. The Demodogs were kind of mid. And this whole season takes place during Halloween, which gives a really cool vibe. But it's not as good as the first season. You can feel that they've got a little more money, and some of the original magic of the series is gone. So the season ends, 11 closes the rift to the Upside Down, and we think the storyline's over. But newsflash, it's not, because this is the most successful show in Netflix history, except for Squid Game. So they need to keep milking the cow. Season 3 rolls around, and Season 3 is pretty awesome. They open Starcourt Mall, but little do you know, the Russians are actually building a secret weapon to open up a hole into the Upside Down that 11 previously closed. This storyline is awesome. This is probably my second favorite season of the entire show. And then there's this whole pool storyline where Billy and Mike's mom, I don't understand that. That was really weird. But it was super entertaining. And then you have the corrupt mayor, the whole 4th of July play. Mike and Eleven's relationship gets spicy. And they go fight some Russians and kick Russian butt. And it's super awesome. This season might be one of the best seasons yet. It's not quite as good as season 1. It doesn't have that same nostalgic feeling, but it creates a new atmosphere for the show, and it's a super fresh take, and I loved this season. Shout out Duffer Brothers. They did a great job with this. So season 4, it's been 4 years since we've got a new season of Stranger Things. And honestly, it kind of feels like a reboot. It's like all the kids are grown up now, and they're all 20-something-year-olds playing 14-year-olds, and Steve is like 30? What? Also, shout out Steve. He was like super unlikable in the beginning, and now he's like the best. We love Steve. This season is mainly about how Eleven lost her powers in the end fight of season 3. I feel like the storyline could have ended with season 3, but Netflix had to keep milking the cow. So here we are. Eleven doesn't have her powers, and she's out in California with Will and his older brother, who looks like Walmart Harry Styles, and their new friend, who's actually super cool. I forget his name, but I like him. Mike's out there, and they're having relationship issues. And there's trouble back in Hawkins because there's this new guy, Eddie, and he's like being framed for all these murders that are happening by Vecna, which is the new monster. He's actually number 1. You know how Eleven's number 11 and Vecna's number 1. And we get a whole storyline of the MK Ultra, which I'm so glad they did. I was rooting for that storyline to happen. I hope they dig deeper into it. It's a great storyline. They have some really cool special effects with Little Eleven. I don't know how they did that, but it was really cool to see. I have mixed emotions about this season. On the one hand, I really love it with the whole Hopper storyline going on in Russia. On the other hand, it feels like they should have let the story end. Cinematically, I think the story could have been better had we just left Hopper on a cliffhanger, Eleven losing her powers, and the whole gang going back to normal, kind of. Billy's sacrifice at the end of season 3 felt like a really great way to end the series, and that letter from Hopper to Eleven was a cinematic masterpiece. It really does feel like season 4 was just a reboot. Now, I haven't watched volume 2 of season 4 yet, and if I see fit, I'll add a second video to this. But at this moment, season 4 is a okay season. If I were to rank all 4 seasons, I'd probably have to go season 1 as top tier, season 3 also being top tier, season 4 being like a B tier, and season 2 being like a C tier. Season 2 was kind of mid. In case you guys are wondering, this is day 2. Yeah, this is day 2 of my 30-day series where I'm filming a video every day for 30 days and uploading that same day. So if you would, keep checking these out. Also, we're hitting 1,000 subscribers. We will, at least. We want to. Who knows when it's going to happen? Hopefully soon. So, subscribing means a great deal. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on Season 4, Volume 2, if it's any good. If you guys like it, maybe I'll check it out. See you around. Peace.